Mobile,
Yes.
how's it going?
It's going great. It's always a beautiful day in Mobile.
Always a beautiful day
Except
in
when it's
Mobile.
raining, snowing,
No, sometimes
hot,
even if it's raining, it's
cold.
beautiful. Rain's good too. The trees need the rain. You know what I mean? That's why we're so
Squirrels
that's why
need the
we're so
rain.
green. That's why we're so
Yes.
green in Mobile is because of the rain. So it's all
That's a
good.
good point. Yeah, that's great.
Well, guys, we're excited to be back today with the another interview as a part of our Do Some Good publication. This is the fourth year we've done that. If you've been listening to these podcasts, you probably hear us say this every time because I don't know. I'm just so excited that it's the fourth year that we've done this. And this is the second time that we've done interviews with everyone. Who knows what next year is going to bring?
It's going to be wild.
Maybe there's going to be like some virtual reality conference.
We're going to go live streaming every day. Maybe that's going to be that big.
We'll do a 72-hour live stream with anyone that wants to hop on or something. I don't know. Maybe we'll figure out something crazy like that. All right, we'll sit back, hang out, relax, and then we'll tell you who we have on today. I was pinching my fingers as a hint for who we had on today, and you thought I was telling you to be quiet.
I wasn't sure.
And that was not the case. Sure. I was not telling you to be quiet. I was giving you a hint. That was picking up litter.
Which is something I will say is an issue in our community, unfortunately. And so today I am so excited to have on Evelyn. She is with Love Your Community, and we are going to find out all the amazing things that they are doing with this organization and ways that you can be a part.
Let's bring her on. Should we bring her on? Let's bring her on. Miss Evelyn, how are you doing?
Hi.
Hey, I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Heck yeah. Thanks for being with us today. We appreciate it.
So, so one of the things that I think that a lot of people don't realize is that Mobile in general, the Mobile area, we tend to have a little bit of a litter problem. And you know all too well all the details on that. So tell us a little bit about Love Your Community.
Okay. Love Your Community is actually a grant that is being projected by Keep Mobile Beautiful. And it actually started in 2018 as an idea from Commissioner Connie Hudson. And it only started in District 2 at that time. And then it had really great success in 2018, 2019. Of course, then we rolled into COVID and everything came to screech and halt. But during our COVID time, one of the great things that happened was some additional grant funding was added to the program. From our Go Mesa funds and from the county, and it was able to be expanded countywide, which is a big deal because we have a large geography when it comes to Mobile County, all the way from up in Citronelle down to Dauphin Island, and we are such a huge watershed that litter becomes a real problem, not just because it's on the ground, but because of how easily it makes itself way into the water, into, Dog River and into the bay and out into the Gulf. So we have a huge responsibility to respond to that litter, not just because it doesn't look great in our community, but because it is a huge environmental problem across the country, but really here in Mobile County. So we're glad to see that it has been able to grow and that it's now a fully funded grant opportunity for our whole county.
That's awesome. Okay, let's say you and I meet on the street. We're strangers. I've never met you before, and you're like, "Cool, I'm with Love Your Community." What would you tell me? What's the elevator pitch of what it is?
My elevator pitch. Okay, it's just the fact that it is the only organization opportunity that individuals and small groups have to get an incentive for actually helping collect litter. The most amazing part about Love Your Community is that those individuals and small groups who collect litter earn $500 to $1,500 for community beautification and sustainability projects.
Really?
With as easy as 50 hours. So if you have a team of 5, each person works 10 hours, and you're automatically qualified for a $500 mini grant to plan a beautification project in your community or somewhere in the county. And that is unlike any other organization has anything else to offer. So that's just so awesome. Like you're literally getting paid to pick up litter. And so you get to see your community grow and be beautiful in so many more ways. So that's amazing.
I'm intrigued. So, I mean, this is good. We just met on the street. You gave me the elevator pitch. I'm intrigued. I'm like, ooh, like, tell me more. What's an example of the beautification projects that people might want to do or that they're able to do with the money that they would earn?
Yeah, well, one of our first teams that earned their grant is a team that worked on Dolphin Island, and they chose to do a memorial bench in honor of a lady who really worked hard down on Dolphin Island to keep the community clean and beautiful. And around that bench that's being placed at the Dolphin Island Marina, they're going to do landscaping. And so it's something that is going to freshen up an area that was kind of just like a little overgrown median where people parked near the Dolphin Island Marina, and it's going to look beautiful with some native plants, hardy plants, and a beautiful bench that's in honor of a very special person. Schools, we have a few groups that, the school kids work, and they're able to do school gardens and butterfly gardens, any kind of beautification thing, anything that you can walk down the street in a public right of way, a library. HOAs do their street corners. They have the cute little signs. Anything that just makes Mobile a more beautiful place to live. Also sustainability. So one of our first recipients also was a team of ladies called the Litter Ladies.
Oh, yeah.
We've heard here. Yes, they work down here in Oakley, right? So they have beautiful lawns, and Oakley's gorgeous. And so they didn't really have a project in their neighborhood they wanted to do. Mm-hmm. So they started brainstorming on how they were going to spend their project funds. And they decided to donate the $500 to Wilmer Hall, who was looking to start a recycling program for each of their cottages. So we were able to help Wilmer Hall invest in recycling bins for each of their cottages there for the families and the kids that live up at Wilmer Hall. And the next day after we awarded their grant, the Litter Ladies were back out. They were not stopping at $500. They are ready to go all the way to $1,500 and just keep rolling until the end of the year. So they really like the idea. And I think once they got their first grant, they're not stopping. So you'll probably see them around Oakley.
I love it.
I love the idea of having the incentive. I mean, even just getting grant money for a beautification project is already cool. But then, taking that to the next level of saying, well, hey, let's clean up litter, and then you get that in exchange. It's just like cool beyond cool.
And I think one of the neatest things was a lot of times when people hear grant money, they're like, you know what? I don't know how to apply for a grant. I don't want to manage a grant. Mm-hmm. It's going to be complicated. I have to have a nonprofit organization. It's none of that. It is the simplest process. We do have to approve the project and say, hey, what is it you want to do? Where do you want to do it? Do you have permission to do it there?
Right.
Who's going to maintain it? You can't just go out and plant flowers and trees and things and walk away. So we kind of want to make sure that there's a long-term sustainability plan for all the projects. And that's something we can help with too. So we ask our teams, what is it that you want to do? What's your goal for your project funds? And $1,500 can go a long way on a small project. And the good thing, like I said, is we are fully funded for 2022, and teams don't even have to stop at $1,500. Once they cash out on that first project, they can start picking up litter right again and log it in hours and start back at that $500 threshold. So it's so exciting. I kind of tell people, I said, when I walk away or, walk out December, I don't want to see the money in our accounts. I want to be able to walk down the street and physically see the difference in our community. And one of the things that's really neat about it is we see a lot of individuals who just go on their morning walks every morning and they pick up litter. Yep. And sadly, they can pick up litter in the same place on the same street every day. So another thing that this program does is it gives the opportunity to reward the people who are already doing this. I mean, we have some great individuals in our community who really this is such a passion for them. And what better way to reward all the hard work they've put into it without saying, with being able to say, hey, look, Here's your garden. Here's your beautification project that goes right along with what it is that you're doing.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, you make me think of a gentleman named Robin Roberts, who's one of the people that does that in the community. And I feel like he specifically has maybe motivated other people. He actually motivated me to do that some when I lived in a certain spot where I would pick up trash on some days when we lived off Spring Hill Avenue. And it's really neat to see citizens encouraging other citizens by them taking pictures and doing that. So if someone was doing that individually, could they log hours individually and then could they give the beautification project to like another group and say, hey, I want this other group to
they could partner to plan their project.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Absolutely. Like I said, I have individuals that log in hours every day just because they go for a morning walk. Some groups only meet up on Saturdays once a month, and they're doing that. And any kind of group, we have college students at South Alabama. I have churches that are participating. I have municipalities, Citronelle, some of their council men and women actually said, hey, if I'm out there and I'm saying we need a clean community, they're getting out on their roads and they're doing it themselves to show their community. And that's great because some of the national statistics show two things. Research shows us that an area that is clean is less likely to be littered in. So once a litter kind of area or hotspot starts, it just grows. People think, oh, well, that's just where, I can dump or where I can litter. The other thing is when they see visibly volunteers collecting litter, they're less likely to litter again because they are realizing, hey, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't throw my fast food cup out the car window because I saw my next door neighbor walking down the street having to pick up my trash. And I think that that's really important because it's a whole mindset. I mean, it's an attitude change that we need as a culture to embark on making this an actual progress, not just a let's fix the problem every day and pick up what's here, but really changing it. And so one of the things that we're able to do is each team that registers, we give them the supplies that they need to complete the task. And the great thing about the supplies is they're useful tools and they're safety tools, but they're also marketing tools so that when people see them out on the streets wearing these awesome safety vests, they think, wow, maybe, that's something I could do or my kids could do, or maybe just less likely to litter, maybe not clean out their car while they're waiting in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And so when they see people doing that and they have the tools and kind of want to get looking around our community, you could be down in Tillman's Corner and see a group, or you could be up in Saraland and see a group and realize, hey, I'm part of something that is countywide, something that's bigger than myself, that's making a countywide impact. And so I think that's really important to understand, is that the visibility of it and doing it where other people can see you doing it, it just it sets a fire, and good things can spread.
Amen to that.
Totally agree.
Okay, one of the things that I really want to touch on and acknowledge is something that you mentioned earlier, is the fact that you guys are fully funded and y'all are funded by grants. So you are not having, now a lot of organizations do get that ability and they combine that with fundraising, but you guys are in such a unique position to be able to say, hey, we have the funding. We need you to do the work.
I kind of laughed. Get out there. My husband, I said, I think it's my first time. I've been in nonprofit for like 16, 18 years. It's the first time I've ever not been on the fundraising train. And then I'm literally trying to give this money away to interested individuals and groups in our communities who want to make it better. And I can't think of an easier way to do it than to grab a litter grabber, get a vest, some gloves, bags, all of which we provide, and help clean up our community, and then be rewarded with the beautification grants. I mean,
it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's just it's a great idea. I'm just going back to the whole thing. I don't know. I'm like an idea guy. I'm like, oh my gosh, just tying those two together is so smart. And one of the things I was looking at our email real quick. So for like the last 6 months or 9 months, we signed off our weekly newsletter saying, we love the city and we love you, but please don't litter. We just so you know, I just wanted you to know, we've been signing off our emails with that, because we, like, we recognize as citizens and as a brand that like, litter's obviously it's an issue in our city, but it's such like a multi-faceted issue, I guess. And I feel like you would be able to kind of tell me about that. There's just so many angles to attack it from, and so many things to do, and so many people that I feel like have to help and take a stance, including the citizens themselves, right? Picking up our own neighbor's trash as an example to say, hey guys, like, please don't do this.
And the more effort we make towards that, like I said, statistics show that the cleaner the area is, the less likely anyone is to continue to litter like that. But you just have to put the anger and the frustration, the complaining and the whining about it and the calling me and the calling the city and posting on Facebook. None of that actually picks up litter. Litter grabbers and gloves and people who really love their community and want to work, have a passion for the environment. That's what picks up litter. That's what cleans up Mobile. That's what makes Mobile stand out from a lot of other communities. We've had politicians who really believe in it and they want to see a litter-free community. And it's one thing to talk about it and it's another thing to do it. But it's also important for people not to wait for somebody else to do it. This isn't somebody else's problem. This is all of our problem because, we have to work together to get it done. And I think this is a really fun way to have a good attitude about it. It's not begrudging and you're out there, kind of like you're doing community service and you're having to just log in your hours. It's such a great way. I have teams who've met their neighbors that they didn't even know. Because after they went the second or third time, their neighbors literally came out of their house and were like, thank you so much for cleaning up our street. And they're like, okay, good. You want to help? And they're like, great. Right. Like, I've lived on this street for 5 years, never met neighbors. So just being a part of a community and being a part of making that community a better place. This is one of the easiest ways. And not everybody is a teen person. Look, I'm an extrovert. I like to talk. I like to, grab 3 or 4 of my friends and go out for a hike or a walk. The people who like to just put the earbuds in, go for a walk or do something on their own, this is a great opportunity for them too. It's COVID friendly. You don't have to be up close and personal. You're out, you're outside. Time's fixing to change, which is going to be a huge thing. March 13th, we go back to daylight savings time. So when you get home from work and you get home from school, it's nothing to do an extra 30 minutes or an hour, working in your community.
Absolutely. And one of the things I think that is the more important that you guys do, you're not only taking action and empowering others to take action, but you guys are also providing a little bit of education. Maybe y'all are trying to change learned behavior and generational habits, because sometimes, you live in a home where you see dad throw something or mom throw something, or all you know about babies and diapers is that the diapers go outside the car when they're, so right. I think that you guys also provide the education aspect, which is a whole.
Mobile Beautiful, the organization itself has a long-standing history of providing that kind of education to the community, especially on the recycling front, and going into the schools and reading to the school children and teaching them about recycling and about using less, reusing what they have, getting the hand-me-down clothes or passing off sports equipment when you've outgrown it. They've really worked hard to promote that message, and they have a beautiful team and a board that's been able to do that for years. And that's great. The recycling part of it is such information. But I'll tell you, I have a good example. This summer, I taught in a school last May and did a nice presentation, and I guess the kids got excited about it. So over the summer, they were playing ball, and he was collecting all these bottles at the ballpark. And his mom would take him to recycle. Well, there was a period of time towards the end of the summer and the fall that our local recycling centers for the city were closed. Yeah. And so I saw him in public and he's like, Miss D'Angelo, my mom says we cannot recycle anymore. I mean, he was just heartbroken, and because I loved seeing that enthusiasm for him and him not really understanding, we're on pause for recycling right now, but, it's something you can start back again. So it is a really important part of education and making good habits for your family. And we don't there's no requirements on the Love Your Community to sort the litter that you collect. A lot of roadside litter can't be recycled anyway. It's already in the wrong place, and it's too worn down or it's too dirty. It hasn't been rinsed out. There are things that can be sorted out. Some of our groups sort out cans and, clean bottles, glass especially. But, with the Love Your Community part of it, we're just trying to get the litter up and off the ground and in a place that makes our community look better. But along with that, you're right. Keep Mobile Beautiful has worked hard for years to help all kinds of people in our community understand about recycling and sustainability. And so we still have those opportunities. We have a full curriculum to go into the schools or do projects with kids. And Keep Mobile Beautiful also funds other grants for schools so that schools can have their own educational gardens. And so those come out every year. But this is just another great way for our community to get involved.
I love it. You guys are just, y'all are just amazing. Y'all are really bringing the issue to light and doing something about it. I know that action sometimes speaks clearly louder than words, and talking and going into the schools and talking with these children who are young and impressionable and can learn and create their own habits is so important. And I know that you guys are a huge advocate for Earth Day. Tell me a little bit about what you guys have planned.
Well, part of what we have planned is Love Your Community is hosting an Earth Day celebration out at the Japanese Gardens on Ziegler, across from Langen Park. And it's going to be such a great celebration. I just want people to get out and realize, we're outdoors and enjoy time with your family. And the Japanese Gardens are a beautiful place to do that. But Friday, April 22nd is Earth Day. It's also the end of spring break. So a lot of schools aren't really in that day, which means there's a lot of time that week if people want to help pick up litter. But Friday night's going to be a celebration. It's going to be celebrating all of our volunteers coming together from across the county, which they don't always do. They usually work in their own little neighborhoods. And so they're going to get to come together. We have food, we have crafts and prizes and games for the kids. It's going to be a really great night to just celebrate all the hard work and all the good things that are going on.
Any idea if these cookies are going to be there? There are some in this picture, some delicious looking
They're
cookies.
Beautiful, aren't they? I've already ordered our special cookies because I think they're amazing. And we have some very talented bakers in our area that are going to provide those.
That's awesome.
The first time he saw the write-up, he was like,
"Ooh, cookies!
Earth Day sounds great.
I like food.
Earth Day with cookies sounds even better. I'll be there."
I like the earth and I like cookies. So that's a 2-for-1.
He will not let them go to waste. He will make sure they are recycled in all the ways possible.
Yeah, right.
But we'll have lots of prizes and stuff. But any team that registers or gets more information about Love Your Community, we have a super easy process. LoveYourCommunity.com is the first step. It's super easy. You log on, you register, you make up a fun team name. I mean, we all can't be like Coastal Cleanup, I've got some really fun team names that get their teams excited. And once you're registered, we know what area you're working in and covering. We're able to give each of our team members a brand new litter grabber. We give them a safety vest, like this one I showed, or t-shirts, whichever works best for them. We give them bags, we give them gloves. I mean, all the supplies are provided right up front. And there's no cost. There's no mandatory hours. There's nothing mandatory about it. My attitude sometimes when people register and they'll, log in 5 or 10 hours and honestly, they disappear sometimes. But I'm still imagining that they're out there using a litter grabber somewhere. So that's a success for us. But right now, we would just love to have some people follow through on the program, get their 50 hours, get their 100 hours, and take that $500 or $1,500 grant and put it back into the community. I mean, make it beautiful with no excuses.
I love it. And you guys you're making it so easy. You're saving somebody a trip to Walmart to get something or to Lowe's to get the grabbers. You guys are literally saying, here, go forth. Yeah, I love that. Yeah,
we hear so many people, like I said, we hear complaints all the time. I had I have a mailbox full of emails from Mardi Gras week of people complaining to me about Mardi Gras litter. Well, I'm sorry, but I can't clean up, your neighborhood for Mardi Gras, post Mardi Gras litter.
Yeah.
I see it float around on Facebook, the whining and the complaining. And this is just such a refreshing way to share that, being a part of the community and to get your friends and get your family and just make a positive impact in such an easy way.
Yes, stop
Totally.
complaining and get out there and do something about it.
Take some action, people.
Yes.
Do some good, right?
Do some. Amen.
Exactly.
Yes, 100%.
Exactly. Or can I ask my question?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right, cool. So as we get kind of close to wrapping up, I like to ask everyone, Evelyn, if there's something that you don't get asked all the time, but you wish you got asked more, or maybe you do get asked, but it's something that you just want to highlight one more time. Yeah, like does anything come to mind that you're just like, if I could just shine the light on this one item that I don't get to talk about all the time?
I think, one of our marketing mottos is team up to clean up, and all the information you see about love your community is about forming a team. A team can be one person. Mm-hmm. One person can make a huge difference on a block or on a street or in our neighborhood. So don't think that you need to, rally up everybody. Literally sign up, be the one person who grabs the litter grabber, puts on the vest, and shows the community how important it is to get the litter up off the ground, not just for the beautification sake, but for the environment's sake. And I just think that that's something people need to remember, that it just takes one person and to make a difference. And we want everybody involved, but each person is a success.
Dadgummit, I'm signing up.
Yes.
So
yes.
Yeah, is going to be on your team?
Of
course.
I hope she is. She's done this before.
We could have some friendly competition going here. We can have
single, like 2 individual teams, so you can pick up the most. I don't know. Yeah. So I'm publicly saying this, Evelyn. Yeah, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna What's my hours I need to get $500 grant? How many
50 hours?
50 hours of litter pickup. So we actually do, like where we currently live, we do a 3-mile walk a good bit. And in the past, I had a habit of actually taking shopping bags with me where I pick up trash. So I'm gonna need the vest. I will walk in this vest for the 3-mile thing, but starting on our next walk, I won't have a vest, but that's okay. But I'm gonna start taking the bags like I used to. I'm gonna pick up trash on this loop.
And our vests come in these cute little zipper bags. And I have a lot of my friends who just tuck a little pair of gloves in here, an extra trash bag in here. And if they're waiting for something, you ever had to wait for a doctor's appointment or carpool, or gosh, you know what waiting feels like? You just jump out and clean up the parking lot that you're in, or you see something, do something. So I'm excited to see you guys cleaning up. I can't wait.
I love it. Yeah, I love the action taker idea, because I think you're right. I mean, I think that is maybe the best teacher for people. I mean, they can sit in a classroom and, hey, you shouldn't do this. But I guess when you see your comrades and your neighbors literally picking up maybe what they possibly even threw out, maybe they actually think twice about it. And I guess that's the whole goal.
I definitely think that they would. I mean, it's an attitude change. And I remember growing up as a kid in the 80s, all the stickers and all the mottos and all the t-shirts were "say no to drugs." And that was the big thing, And then there was the anti-tobacco movement. I think that if we don't get on board with this litter problem and the attitude of, entitlement, and that you can just throw it out because somebody else's job is to pick it up. Right. We have to get past that. We have to really get in the mindset that it's our responsibility, and that even if we didn't do it, we can step up and help make it right.
Totally.
Absolutely. I just had an idea. So there are a lot of small businesses that are out there, and that businesses get hit up all the time to sponsor something, donate to an auction, all the things. This would be such a cool way for a small business who doesn't necessarily have the budget to sponsor something.
No, look, if they clean up their own parking lot every morning before they open the doors, they can earn $500. That could be in a trash can in front of their business, or a recycling bin in front of their business.
I love it.
Yeah.
I've heard about a brewery that had a bucket of litter grabbers outside, and you went and picked up a bag of trash and you had a free one on them.
I like
So
that
there's
one.
so
Yeah.
many ways, but you're right. Small businesses, any kind of organizations can earn these funds because they're going to go back to serve the whole community.
I love
So,
it.
That's great. Wait, was that a local brewery doing that or out of town brewery?
I'm not going to call any names, but we have a few local breweries who we would love to see get on board.
That's what I was going to say. We know some of these people, and I'm saying if it wasn't one of them, I think they would do that. I think it's a great idea.
Absolutely. But I mean,
Yes.
we should see that reward in so many places, in
Yes.
so many
Yes.
things that we do. And you're right. It's not always about the dollar, or some of those businesses should challenge some of these young people. It's a lot of athletes that are raising money. Like, well, if you spend a little time on your walks or your runs, then we can, reward you. We were so impressed on our Martin Luther King Day cleanup in District 1. The LaFleur High School football team and their coaches came. And the coaches were just telling us, like, these are athletes, but they're students who need to learn how to be leaders in their community. And they were out there in the rain with us, picking up trash. And the coaches were right there alongside them because they can't just send their kids to go and do it.
Right.
If you're right there and you're doing it beside them, they're going to see the true leadership and the sustainability of that. So
I love it.
Look around. Sure. Hopefully everybody will get our vests on and we'll get our community cleaning up and we'll be able to see it countywide.
I love it.
Heck
I am ready.
Well, so if you mentioned the website, but if for people to connect with you guys and you, what's the best place to send them, Evelyn?
Loveyourcommunity.com is the absolute easiest way. You can email us. I'm the coordinator at loveyourcommunity.com. Or you can call our office, which is 444-7144. That's the Keep Mobile Beautiful offices.
Correct.
And so we're here, we're around. We do have an office here downtown, but if teams across the county register, I love to come out and meet all of our teams face to face and bring their supplies and make it as easy as possible to get on board. So don't feel like you have to come downtown and schedule something or pick up something that's inconvenient for you. We will make it happen. We'll make it work for you.
That's
Got it.
Fantastic.
Love it.
I love it. Yes.
Well, Evelyn, thank you so much for being with us today and taking your time to talk about the organization. And we really appreciate it. Everything you're doing.
Thank you. And thank you guys for what you're doing with your magazine and your podcast. It's amazing to see the good things, the good news shared,
right?
And not
Let's
just
bring
all
some
the
positive.
negative things. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, cool. Well, thanks so much. And we'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Right.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. That was great.
That was so good.
I was pumped.
Okay, are we getting a team together? Is it just me and you, me versus you?
Well,
I need to know the details.
So I feel like, we could do you versus me, but I feel like we could do you and me, and then maybe we even bring some other rundowners along with us or something. It. Like I don't know. We'll have to think. So we'll start with us. We'll start like I have to think of a cool project too, because basically I'm getting there. I'm gonna get to this.
You're gonna get to that. You might get it by yourself in a couple of days.
I don't know. I guess I need probably 40 walks or so of us picking up trash. 40 walks.
We'll change
and
up
that'll be about 50 hours.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I don't know. Yeah, I was like, okay. I was thinking about it while we were chatting with Evelyn, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna say this publicly.
I love it.
I'm gonna say this publicly.
Can I tell a small story?
Sure.
Do we have time for that? Just as we wrap up.
Quick story.
So recently, I had some friends in town who were not from here; they are from northern area, and personally, as I was driving down Government Street and driving them downtown, I didn't say anything, but I was personally embarrassed.
Yeah.
I was so embarrassed of the litter that was in our area. And you don't say anything. I mean, you're just like, And actually, what's funny is that they noticed it later on and they had mentioned it. And so I know we're a great city and we're a beautiful community. Let's keep it that way. So let's not have our friends from other states come and say, what is happening?
Exactly. I actually was thinking about that while we were chatting with Evelyn.
Yeah.
I was thinking about when you go to a new city, when you go visit a place,
Yep.
you notice that. You notice how clean or organized or unclean and unorganized
Right.
a city is, and
Right.
laid out, and streets and litter. It's one of the first few things that you notice.
Yeah.
And so I think if people can even just have that in mind
Yeah.
when taking some action around here, of like, hey, just as much for the locals as it is
Yeah.
for people that are visiting that may become a future citizen
Yeah.
of our area.
We're
right?
not in some
So-
third world country without access to this stuff, y'all. We have an organization right here, Love Your Community, who's literally going to give you what you need, the tools that you need to
the
make
supplies.
this. Yes.
Exactly.
So absolutely love your community. Thank you so much for being a part of our Do Some Good podcast
Heck
today.
yeah. All right, guys. We
Yeah.
look forward to seeing you on the next one. We got a lot more of these coming out. I'm excited.
do.
So, all right.
We sure do.
See y'all next time.
Bye.